Hi guys, it is Veronica, and it's after 4, but I haven't gotten a notification of the live chat yet, so I'm going to try to do one more video while I have some light, and this is some decks that I've gotten in recently. One that I did not pay attention to when I got it in was the Winged Enchantment Oracle by Lisa Hunt. Last night on a live chat with Kelly in the Truth and Story, she was talking about it and talking about how great the guidebook is. And so I'm really excited. This is like a new deck to me. I got it in a bundle. It was like a Lisa Hunt bundle, and it just kind of got lost in the shuffle. But she pulled a card and she was talking about them, and they really are gorgeous. And I'm like, I keep buying Oracle decks and I never use them, but I like that this one has a balance to it of masculine and feminine. I really wasn't expecting it, because when I look at her other decks that I have, they're so soft. You know, her artwork is so soft. Oh, that hummingbird. I love that. Kingfisher. Ah. So, yes, this is a deck that I will be studying. Oh, I'm going to stop on the owl. I love that card. This will be a deck that I'm going to be getting into. I already had this Goddesses deck, and the paintings by Susan Seddon Boulay. And I really like them. They're different though. See, it tells about the goddesses on the back. That's cool. The cardstock is different. It's glossy, but it has just a different feel, almost this like puffiness to them. This is my absolute favorite card. I love it. The weird thing is that some of them go, it's just a thing. I have a problem when some go sideways and some don't. And then other ones look like they're pointed completely down. So, oh, isn't that a beautiful card though? So, I really did like this deck, but I didn't look at it that much. But then Kelly, again, was talking about the Animal Spirits by the same chick, and she, I really am glad I got this. I might even mix them together, but this one spoke to me much more than the Goddesses one did, actually. And I'm looking through all the cards I looked through, and there are some gorgeous cards. And the elephant struck me, and then the peacock. But then I saw just the dog. I love the dog card. I mean, my dogs are my babies. And you just don't see, I know there's one in Lenormand, but in Oracles, and they have different animals, they leave out our constant companion, our little babies. So I love that one. I also got this Waterhouse Oracle, and I haven't played with it. It's so cool. It comes with its own system. You've got like this little and a die, and this tells how to do it, but I haven't gotten past just looking at the cards. They are so beautiful. This is very different than the 7 Stars Waterhouse Oracle. This one, there's a system to it. I love the artwork. It's so beautiful. Doesn't even describe it. It's realization. This is gonna have to be one that I try to. It looks like it's a pretty simple system, so I think I can handle it. Even though I'm not great with new systems, I always have to have the guidebook, like that Curious Oracle, or one that I didn't even remember getting. I think I was sleeping. I do that on Amazon. and different places. I end up getting a deck, and I'm like, it was ambient shopped. And it's the SoulSpace Oracle. And there's no guidebook or anything, but it's really cool. I have very good taste when I'm asleep, obviously, because I really, really, really like it. And I think it would go great with that color Maj deck with all the different colors. That should be pretty awesome. So I like that. Then there's some, okay, now there's another one that's still a classic to me. I finally got the Medieval Enchantment. I have a couple Nigel Jackson decks. It's got a nice little guidebook with it. Look at these cards. I was so happy to finally get this deck. He's magical. There's the Fool, the Juggler. I saw somebody had trimmed them, and they look very good trimmed, and it doesn't hurt the back at all. I'm in no hurry to, because I'm just having fun with the cards. And look at that Death card. That's so awesome. I just absolutely adore his decks. And something about he switched the swords and the wands, but not really, because the imagery is still the same. So I think in the book there may be a difference, but in the cards it looks like swords to me. And then the wands follow the Waite Smith for wands. So I don't see what the problem is there. And then the cups. It's just a beautiful deck. I was so happy to finally get it. Now we're in the coins. So, yep, that's Nigel Jackson's Medieval Enchantment Tarot. That was a happy find. So, then there are a couple weird ones. Kasia, I blame you for this one. You showed different Waite Smith, and this one, it wasn't the fronts, it was the backs. Have you ever bought a deck because you like the backs? I'm a sucker. There's something about pink and brown. I love pink and brown together, and they just look like butterfly wings. Then I get them in, and I'm looking, I'm like, but oh my goodness, it's not so crazy about the artwork. And I think it's all that brown. It reminded me of one time when I thought I was going to do a chocolate wall in the bedroom. And I'm like, oh, that just looks like a poop wall. It's just too much brown, and that color brown. I think it would look much better with the edges trimmed. And there were 2 extra cards that came with it. So I trimmed them to see how it would look, because I bought the deck for the backs, which is ridiculous. I am a tarot brat. And I think these look okay. But the front, so wonky and uneven. Like, I would have to use these as a guide to do it, and I just don't know. But that's too much. That poopy brown. Like, that, the poopy brown takes away from how pretty that card is. I'm going to have to trim it, I think. I'm pretty sure. So that was an interesting one that came in. Another interesting one that came in. Okay. I don't even know what this deck is. And it's so funny because everything's in Japanese except for tarot card. And then I got it on eBay. The guidebook completely shows the... Keep going up too far. Shows the cards, some cool spreads, completely in Japanese. So it tucks into this nice little box. The cards themselves, so stinking cute. I have to separate them, like in the middle of the swords. And I ended up trimming them. I always do. But look at this artwork. So everything's in Japanese, but look, the titles of the cards are in English. And they're really stinking cool. So the majors are all cool, and then look at the death card. And then the sun, better than a creepy baby. The world, love it. Then the ace and the courts are illustrated, and then very pippish, which I've really gotten to the point where I enjoy decks that have the pips like that and not completely illustrated. What I really like is when I got that Guild Tarot in, when it's kind of pimpish, but it's got a little something. Pagan Otherworlds. I like the way the pips are done on that. So that was interesting. And then I got this deck called the Astral Tarot. I saw it on eBay, and I was very intrigued. And I don't even know how old it is. 1969. Okay, so it was when I was a year old. So it's got this cool book. I like reading older tarot books. They're really cool. It's a pretty cool companion guide. It's got there's the Celtic cross, but it's got another large spread. But here's the cards. And they are different. I like black and white decks. And this one reminded me of a cross of, what is it? The Morgan's Tarot, which isn't a tarot. But the thing that I liked is whenever there's a person, there's a lemon skate in it. The eternity symbol. All I can draw is stick figures. I'm thinking, maybe I should do lemon skates. But that's the thing that intrigued me. I really like the stark pictures, and I think it's a really cool deck. Now, look at the death card again. Now let's see. We get to the star, the moon. There's the sun. Judgment. And then the pips are, again, very, very plain. But there is a little, like it when they're done a little differently. So that's cool. And then we go back to each of the courts. There's a lemon skate in each one of them. So there's the King and Queen of Swords. Cool deck. Check out the back. It says Mont St. John's on there. And I'm not crazy about the back, but there's no way I'm going to reback this, because this is just a cool older deck, and I'm going to keep it as such. But I just saw it for a good price. I thought, okay. So the only other question I have, I'm wondering if I'm going to end up trimming this. Here's my Petra K. I showed this in a previous video. This is the Petra K Tarot trimmed. I don't mind there's different languages. English is the one little one right there. I don't mind it because it's so pretty. And it's done so pretty, and the other 3 edges are free. I love the Petra K after it was trimmed. And I haven't done the corners yet. Sometimes especially on artsy decks, I don't even do the corners, or I like small corners on that. But what I'm wondering is if anyone has the Ananda Tarot. I found it a while back. It's got, I could do another 3 videos on good companion books. Seriously. And the deck I like. It's very cool. It's reminiscent to me of the Petra K, but not quite. It's a beautiful deck. There's the majors. And when we get into the minors, let's see how they go. There's the sun. Oh, the turning point for judgment. That's cool. The universe. Ace of Cups. 2 of Cups. See, this is what I'm talking about, where it shows it. It's not fully illustrated, but each card is a little different. And it does evoke something of the the feeling of that card. My thing is, I want to trim these borders. So it's a border and then a border and another border. And the backs of the cards, I'm pretty sure that the backs of the cards have a border. That's the thing you always have to look at. I line up the back and say, okay, where would I do it? Like on the bottom, I'd probably go with the yellow. On the side, yeah, if I just went with the yellow, it would keep that in the back, and it would make the, like, it would make it like my Petra K. Oh, was I doing all that way off camera? Sorry. The back, if you take the back and you go with that yellow line, I'm pretty sure I can, because I don't pick up this deck and use it, but I think, like, I've used the Petra K since I've trimmed it, and this is a beautiful deck. And I don't care that it's out of print. If it will look better to me and be more usable trimmed, then I'm going to do it. And just looking at the Petra K and looking at these, I really, yeah, probably going to end up trimming that. So I don't see much on the, like, I don't even know if I've seen the Ananda Tarot on a video yet or not, but there it is. And this one I got a while ago, but I never did show it. So it is the Sacred Symbols. Has a nice little book that goes through every card in order. And what I really like about this deck, here's the back. What I really like about this oracle is its complete simplicity, but diverse messages. And I have really been enjoying this one. I've been using this after a reading sometimes. This is not for other people though. I've just used this for me. It has all the different moon phases in it. So I've been wanting to show it for a while because I think it's a really cool deck. And it's quirky, but the messages I think are very strong and to the point. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and go through it since I'm almost on Thunderbird tracks. Void. But isn't that just a cool deck? So those are my newest decks I'm thinking about trimming. And I have one more video. I might have to wait till after the chat, but I am going to do a Mother Piece spread. I'm at least going to do that one tonight also. So I hope everyone's doing well, and I will talk to you later. See ya.